Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, your YouTube messiah and often imitated, never duplicated superstar, Tim Vicious. And we are talking about Raw this week. Was in San Antonio, Texas. Now, unfortunately, one, no Shawn Michaels references or even Shawn Michaels spottings. And two, there was no everything's bigger in Texas jokes. Those are normally the two things I always expect whenever Raw is in Texas or anywhere, or more to the point, when when WWE is in San Antonio, or more to the point, anywhere in Texas in general. But none. So let's start with the show. First things first, they did a playback of last week with Braun Strowman showing immense grappling hook skills, destroying a freaking backstage set, just about killing Brock Lesnar and Kane. Nice to see Braun Strowman's back to his homicidal tendencies again, I guess. You know, you could always rebook him as the homicidal monster among men, too, you know. I'm pretty sure, at this point in his career, I'm pretty sure Sabu's not going to mind if he takes the whole homicidal, suicidal, genocidal thing, but you know, I come to think of it, that's also PG, so yeah, let's just put a pin in that for the later. But anyways, they did a playback on that. Braun then comes out, cuts a promo talking about on how the week before he did all that, and then at the Royal Rumble he's going to do much worse and walk out with the Universal title. And then, just as he's in mid-sentence telling that fabulous story, out comes Kurt Angle. He comes out with a trail of security who, well, honestly, these security guys don't even look like they would be. Okay, look, I know these security guys are the local indie talent, but these dudes didn't even look big enough to even attempt to pose as security guards for, like, a gas station. And this is not me body shaming one bit, because I mean, I'm 6'2" and I'm barely breaking 200 pounds myself, you know. But just figure, if you're gonna have a security guard, you know, have them look like security guards, you know? Like the dude they used to have in the 90s during the Attitude Era, that dude with the huge fucking arms. You know, that dude looked intimidating and looked like an intimidating security guard. But anyways, I digress. Kurt comes down with security. He says, whoa, 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 we need to talk. And basically he went at him like, you know, he was pulling off the dad voice like, hi! You messed up right here. Not only did you attack these guys, you destroyed several $1,000s worth of equipment and put the lives of people that work in the back in danger. I'm not just responsible for the people out here, I'm responsible for the people out there, back there. And Braun then said, you know, something, I don't remember the exact words, but something along the lines of, there's going to be a lot more damage coming if I don't win, or something like that. And then Kurt said, you know what? You're fired. Security, get him out of here. In which case, I'm pretty sure all 5'6", 140 pounds of those guys were just like, no. Okay, sir, this way, please. I'm pretty sure they were all thinking that, or they were thinking, Nomina Patria Fides Spiritus Sancti, this is the moment where I'm about to die. But either way, Braun pissed as shit, screaming, you can't frickin' fire me, that kind of stuff. And then, just as he's at the door, the one security guard who looked like he was badly attempting to have like a Road Warrior animal kind of mohawk, you need to leave now. And then Braun was just like, threw him, you know, much like in Dragon Ball Z when Cell just smacked Hercule, like, boom. Just like that. And yes, it finally happened. I told you I could do it, Wade. I made a bet with Wade earlier in the day that I wouldn't be able to find a way to tie in an anime and wrestling in the same way. But, did it. You owe me $50. Anyways. After that, then he proceeds to start freaking out, taking out the rest of the security, and goes on a rampage backstage. This broke off into multiple segments during the show, so I'm just going to break down this entire segment right here. You know, like I say, rule of thumb, don't normally talk about promos or segments that happen after the beginning or unless it's at the beginning or end, you know, unless it's something significant, but this freaking was. Anyways, so Braun's going on a rampage, destroying everything in the back, freaking tosses Kurt Hawkins like he's a rag doll, then looks over at the small little catering guy who looks like he's built like a pencil just holding a plate of cake, like scared stiff, like, Braun just looks at him, picks up a slice, eats it, and then just walks off. After that, he proceeds to keep going on, destroying stuff. And then he trashed Kurt's office, and then he winds up getting into the production truck. He's talking about on how he's going to slam everything, destroy it. All I kept thinking was, please let him find the one with Kevin Dunn in it. Please let him destroy the one with Kevin Dunn in it. Please let him destroy the one with Kevin Dunn and make Kevin Dunn an example. But anyways, he's in there. He's screaming and yelling at everyone. And then just as he's like, now you know what? I got something better. Walks out. And then you see the camera for the truck like start to shake inside, like, oh, what's going on? And then you see Braun moving a semi like he's getting ready to go and smash it. And then Kurt comes out, whoa, you can't do this. I just called the police. They're going to be here. You need to get out now. And then Braun, only in wrestling will this ever make sense. Braun Strowman then proceeded to reenact from Shades of SummerSlam prior to SummerSlam, and much like he lifted an ambulance, he now lifted a semi-truck all the way up and tipped it over. There's no way you can get away with explaining that sentence and not crack up or at least bust a smile without thinking of it. Like, you know, only in this kind of business can that actually make sense. Because I guarantee no one would ever be able to pull that off in like baseball or football or anything else. But either way, he proceeds to do that, then comes back out to the entryway. And then he goes over to the announce table. Booker T just pretty much throws Cole to him like, yeah, you take him, I'm running. And then as Cole's like crawling on the floor like, get me out of here, get me out of here, you just see Braun pick him up from the waist of his pants like, like that. It's just like, my God. And just as he's holding him, Kurt's like, whoa, 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 put him down. I just talked to Stephanie. You're rehired. You're in the match. Put him down. He put him down, proceeded to yell, yeah! And just as he was about to walk back, grabbed Cole, he's like, you know what? Picked him up and then, boom, threw him out at the group, threw him out at the rest of the security guards that were there with Kurt, and that was it. Then we wound up getting replaced with Facefuck Phillips, in which case Facefuck Phillips was Raw tonight. Yes, phrasing. But anyways, now that we're done that, let's get to the matches. First match of the night, Sheamus and Cesaro going against Titus and Neil and Apollo Crews. Rematch from last week on how they got that fluke win, on how Titus and Apollo got that fluke win with a quick roll-up. Now this had a nice pace, good little bit of back and forth, you know. Yep. Now, Sheamus and Cesaro, they started to get control right before the break, and they still had it after the break. You know, good bit, you know, really liked on how this is. And, you know, probably one of my favorite things about tag team wrestling is really the whole back and forth that you can throw out with it. You know, have the guys go and do back and forth. Not really a big fan of just having one person be the team punching bag and boom, isolate that one person for like 80% of the match. You know, never really been a big fan of that. Always liked the idea, have it be back and forth, and then just out, you know, and then have the other person, boom, have the baby face, boom, knock out the heel with one big power shot, and then the infamous hot tag. But anyways, like I said, it was a nice little bit of back and forth with it, and that's what was going on with this match. You know, now Titus, he got the hot tag. He came in, he started clearing house, working good, and I've been preaching for Titus for a while now. Titus O'Neil, hands down, really is a guy who could be a main eventer. Now, if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. I'm open to hearing your reasoning on why, but only if you're going to be respectful on the fact of, okay, you got your opinion, I got mine. Don't go and try and be a douche and be like, oh, well, this guy's an idiot because he thinks this. No. No. You know, I'm an actual decent person. I ain't like them douche nozzles on like Pro Wrestling Mag or Wrestling Inc. or something that's going to be like, the hell's this person's problem? Anyway, but yeah, Titus O'Neil, hell of an athlete, a hell of a guy, you know, and you just think about it like this for a minute. If he was champ, you know, Universal or WWE champ, whichever. Fact is though, you know, he's got a good look on him. He's in killer shape, you know, he can work the mic. He does a hell of a lot with charity works, you know. He's a real good, you know, he would be a hell of a role model because you just think about it, you know. He puts out there all the time, all the work that he does. I mean, probably the biggest thing that he did was like I think about a year or so ago, he bought lunch for like 40 or 50 homeless people. How many other wrestling stars have you seen do something like that? Exactly. Anyways, Titus, he's working it, you know. Next thing you know, Sheamus, Cesaro, they're getting the upper hand. They're looking like they're getting ready to go and hit like a spiked white noise. Next thing you know, Jason Jordan's music comes out. And man, if you thought Roman Reigns came out to a sea of booze, whew, you gotta see Jason Jordan come on out. Jordan came on out. They were like, huh? What? Next thing you know, well, actually, I'm sorry. Apollo was in when that happened, not Titus. After a little bit, Apollo got tagged in, and then that's when Sheamus and Cesaro started getting the upper hand for a minute. I apologize on that. No, that doesn't cancel out the fact you owe me money now, Wade. I made that anime bet and I won. But yeah, they were getting ready to hit the spiked white noise. Jordan came out just at the entryway. And then next thing you know, like, huh? And then Apollo, boom, quick roll up on Cesaro. 1, 2, 3. That was it. So, for 2 weeks in a row now, Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil have beaten Sheamus and Cesaro. Does anyone see 4 guys riding horses anywhere? I'm not making a wrestling reference here. I'm like a biblical apocalyptic signs sort of thing. Anyways, next matchup, cruiserweight match. Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander. Of course, Nese had the ear-bleeding sensation of Enzo, which, as much as my good brother and co-host of the Dad Show, Danny Sunday, does to show there is good in New Jersey, Enzo does everything possible to show you why everyone makes fun of New Jersey. Personally, I prefer to make jokes about Delaware. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. But anyways, Enzo did his thing, talked, made my ears bleed. You know, I couldn't really hear what he was saying because of that. But anyway, Cedric came down and then out. And then not only did Cedric come down, but Goldie as well. Cedric Alexander and Goldust, again, really liking the way that they're introducing little bits here and there, like talking fast and I'm thinking, having the two different, you know, weight divisions intermingle, basically. You know, another thing that they could do is even have cruiserweights in the Royal Rumble, and then highlight, you know, even though we know it'll never happen, but they could say, have the cruiserweights main event WrestleMania. I'm just saying, that's a, you know, just something to, like, think about that as like a hot selling point. Like, hey, it could happen. You know? But yeah, as far as what this match goes, Nese, he pretty much just had the whole thing from start right up until almost finish. When Cedric started getting a few good shots in, next thing you know, boom, hit the lumbar check, got the 1, 2, 3. Cedric Alexander and Enzo are set for a match at the Royal Rumble for the title. Really hoping Cedric wins that. Just, you know, and also, honestly, really just hope Enzo just... yeah. Enough with him. Anyways, next up, women's action. Nia Jax going up against Asuka, and this, real nice pace, real good feel, good back and forth, right at, you know, on it. Nia showing power. Asuka, you know, showing, you know, being able to, trying to move around, work in submissions, try and take chops at her legs, you know, hit whatever she can to slow her down. And just really liked it. Really good shades of ye old NXT matches, you know. But Asuka, you know, she was pretty much getting manhandled, and at one point it was outside the ring. You know, Nia had her, rammed her into the apron, then started to climb up the stairs. Looks like she was climbing up the stairs to go do an axe handle or something, but as she got up to the top of the stair, Asuka, side kick right under the knee, made it buckle. She wound up splitting the difference on the stairs, and it looked like the one leg got caught under the stair. She rolled over onto the floor. Ah! You know, much like Peter Griffin. Ah! 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 Got back into the ring to avoid the count out, but when she got in, ref was like, you can't continue. I gotta call the match. Called the match right then and there. Ref stoppage, so Asuka wins via DQ, I guess you could say. You know, but yeah. Next matchup we got actually, I should also mention that match between Nia and Asuka, that was the match of the night for us on here. So, and I could be wrong, but I think that is the first time we've had a women's match on Raw be the match of the night. If I'm wrong, feel free to say something down below in the comments. But next match up after that, it was a piss break match. It was the Revival going against just some local jobbers, you know, top guys doing top guy things, beating them up, hit the Shatter Machine, got the 1, 2, 3, that was it. Next thing you know, Charlie Caruso came in, went to go do an interview on them. Revival, they actually kind of reminded me, they took like a page out of Jim Cornette's book for a minute, minus all the, goddamn, you motherfuckers, you goddamn, that's not wrestling, that's sports entertainment, goddamn it, minus the cursing. You know, they basically cut a promo like Jim Cornette without the cursing, if that's possible. But, basically, they were saying, you know, they're out here to go and put on clinics, beat guys up, get wins. We're not sports entertainers, we are wrestlers. And, you know, they did it like that, and, you know, really hoping that the Revival get a chance at the title soon enough. You know, they really had a rough way to go at the start of moving up to the main roster. You know, but either way, next matchup, handicap match, the Miz's flunkies, Dallas and Axel going against Roman. This is to help build up for Miz versus Roman next week at the 25th anniversary of Raw. And honestly, my thing is with handicap matches, you know, I could take them or leave them. Because my issue with a handicap match is if the team that is the stronger force, like in this case Dallas and Axel, lose to the one person with a handicap, say like Roman, then that makes them weaker by default because, well, you're telling me these two guys couldn't finish that one guy. Well, what? But anyways, so let's talk about what the match right up at talking faster than I'm thinking again. Damn it! Really got to work on that. But yeah, Miztourage, they started double teaming Roman at the start. You know, they were dominating Roman for a short little stint, but then pretty much what I said would happen. You know, Roman, he got the upper hand, and match came to an end. Roman Superman punch in, spear to Axel, that was it. So next week on the 25th of Raw, 25th anniversary Raw, you know, honestly, I could see that match going either way. Miz, he pretty much has like been working to make the Intercontinental title his title, very much so in the same way. Kind of felt like Edge made the World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold belt, his own, you know. But after that, we wound up getting two piss break matches back to back, really. It was Sasha going against Sonya DeVille, which, you know, Sonya, she was pretty much just striking at Sasha and dominating the whole point. Match came to an end with Sonya, boom, kick right to the sternum on Sasha. And then Matt showing more of his broken brilliance by taking out Heath Slater, which now leads us to the main event of the night, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins rematch from SummerSlam, and this was all this was all made via Jason Jordan confronting Kurt saying, hey, you know, I was thinking, maybe you can give my partner Seth a chance to get some retribution from last week of Finn pinning him by giving him one-on-one, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. And so yeah, now this nice good top to start with, had good back and forth action in it. You know, Seth, he was in control for a good bit after the break. I did notice that he was grabbing his knee, you know, like he got it, like, you know, it was getting worked. Not like it got tweaked and he was legit hurt, but more so like, oh man, this is hurting. And doing the old fighter's trick when a part starts to get hurt or go numb, just keep slamming and slapping it to get feeling back in it. Excuse me. Now near the end of the match, Sheamus and Cesaro came out just like to go and run interference, just like Jason Jordan did. But Jordan, just as he wore, Jordan was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And as he's backing up, the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Karl Anderson are on the other side right here, and he's like, whoa. And then, so he's kind of caught in between, and then he ducks out in between them, and then Gallows and Anderson are going against, beating up Sheamus and Cesaro, and then Finn goes and does a tope, does a tope and takes everyone out. But at the end of the match, it was Seth getting the win, not via the knee to the face. No, no, no. We got a flashback here with Seth getting the win via the curb stomp. So, yes, the curb stomp. So, I'm not sure if Moms Against WWE is aware of this. I hope they are, but they brought it back. So, not only did we see Seth Rollins do the curb stomp, we saw Titus and Apollo Crews win against Sheamus and Cesaro. Michael Cole was taken out from commentary for a majority of the show. And Braun Strowman, well, got to be Braun Strowman and destroy stuff, and we all got to enjoy that. Wow, that was 4 big hits on the show tonight. So, all in all, I gotta say, this episode was really good. I dug the hell out of it. I really hope next week is a hell of a lot better, especially considering not only is it the 25th, it's the go home to the Rumble. Now, with that being said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes. Make sure y'all look for me on my Twitter at TimVicious. Make sure you also check out my other account, Tim_Vicious, and also on that Facebook gimmick, Tim Ash. And do not forget to look at the info down below for the Dad Show. It's a lifestyle podcast, storytelling podcast, whatever kind of podcast you really want to make it as. And folks, do not forget to follow all of these cool ass people right here on the Twitter. Axel Mulligan, make sure you check out Axel's newest project, Burt Wrestling Review. They talk about British European wrestling. Kenny Killer, my 2 co-hosts for the Dad Show. I am Danny Sunday and Oliver Ben, who is also, Ollie is also my executive producer for this show. Make sure y'all check out his music. It's on iTunes, Spotify, and such. He did provide the music for this week's show. Also, make sure to hit Ollie up for one of these shirts too. Show the man some love and support. Cranky Asshole, Aaron_DeBoer, and Dazzy MWP. Now, folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me. Maybe we can work it out. Fuck yourself. Maybe.